Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with perhaps the last relaxed video for the rest of the season. We are here with the Week 14 recap. Um, not much else to say. Let's get on into it. First game of this week was me versus Nick. Sorry, I'm sick as fuck, but uh, really not much to say here. Uh, you have best team in the league versus the second worst team in the league. Can't really expect much. Uh, yeah, I mean, not gonna spend too much time on this game. The one kill he got was when his Scarf Clefable caught my Rose Raid off guard, so that was, I guess, good prep on his end. But other than that, I mean, not particularly close. He couldn't break through my defensive core of Weezing Bronzong, knew that coming in. So yeah, good game, Nick. Scheduling wise, his last game, but actuality, his last game of the season was against Preston, who he beat. So this game, not really his last game, but ending the season on a win against Preston, definitely a big one, especially considering how good of a season he was having in the first half. So big win for Nick. If he's signing around next season, which I think he is, just keep at it. Yeah. Next game, hold on. Ooh, sorry about that. I had to blow my nose real quick. Sheesh. Next game was a really interesting one. A little banger to take us out of the season here. Maz, Biff beating Maz. Vacuum Wave Gallade, crazy tech. Really helped in limiting the Chinpo and what he could do. Spothra went like 7-0 against New and dropped a big old goose egg against Biff. Yeah, I mean, Tatsugiri's one and only game of season 3. I mean, if Biff played like this the whole season, easy playoff team. Easy. I mean, I'm glad teams like Nick and Biff went out on massive wins like this, because it shows their potential, and I'm really excited to see what they can do in season 4. But Biff just really brought it to MNAS, had great prep. MNAS kind of trolled a little bit. Pinkirchen, when it came out initially in like game 1, Electric Turn didn't get set, which means it has to be Lightning Rod, and you still clicked Volt Switch on Belly Bolt. Very questionable plays there. Obviously, just wasn't paying attention for whatever reason. But I mean, other than that, I mean, just prep diff. Biff came in swinging, and that is, I guess, not really expecting to have a tough game, especially since Biff had no chance of playoffs. So for MNAS, this is just it's a tough way to go out, especially since now you're in playoffs. You're coming in on a loss to a team that you probably should have beat, just standings wise. So great game to Biff, but for MNAS, coming in on a little bit of a stinker, definitely not good for the good old mental, especially going up against his co-champion in JC. Should be a good one, but yeah. Great showing from Biff. Excited to see what he's got cooked up for next season. Croc versus Chris again. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Croc versus Chris, another just really good one. I mean, granted, Chris got very unlucky. He got flamethrower burned 3 times, 2 of which being back to back at the end of game 3. But a just great game from Croc. He somehow found the way around Palafin, Not really. He got 7 kills, but I mean, he won, so that means he found a way around Palafin. Yeah, I mean, I think the president coming was a good bring. Um, Frostmoth coming was interesting because it does get the snow boost, and with ice scales, it's kind of unkillable. We see Frostmoth in playoffs because it came to this game. I don't know. I don't know what Chris has got cooking up. But yeah, Frostmoth coming when the only other time it came this season against MNAS, which very interesting to bring in the last week. Granted, it was a snow team, so it makes a little bit of sense, but you know, you never know. But yeah, I think yeah, I mean, say Chris got unlucky is a little bit of an understatement. Just not fortunate for him, but again, I think Croc still played very exceptional. And even though, holy shit, even though Chris came out and lost this game, and this is a team he could play if Croc beats me tomorrow, Chris beats Tanner, this is a potential semifinals game, and Chris is coming in losing them. But unlike the game that MNAS lost, I think this one doesn't sting as bad because you had him beat. You just got a little bit unlucky, so assuming that the unlucky doesn't happen, you should win this matchup next time. Obviously, probably don't bring Frostmoth again, didn't really do a whole lot. Kind of already explained the tech with Frostmoth to Croc in that call, so if you bring it again, he's gonna be prepared for it, so again, probably don't bring Frostmoth against him next time, but yeah. This great game to Chris and Croc. Really fun set. Really, a lot of these lower end teams and these top end teams, man. Just last week, week 14, these top end teams be sleeping. And these lower end teams, not that Croc's, I mean, he's making playoffs, but you know what I mean. Like, the teams that are higher on the standings, those are the teams that are lower in the standings. Just make it interesting than last week. You know what I mean? So, yep. Something that was not interesting was this set. Hold on. Alrighty. This is one hell of a video. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Tanner versus No. I mean, kind of like me versus Nick. Just not a whole lot to say here. Just coach, you expect to win one. So yeah, New isn't staying around for next season, so this is his last game in Big Juice. Appreciate him for sticking it out. Definitely cannot be easy when you're in multiple other leagues. Your life got really busy with his job or whatever. So yeah, for New, a lot of respect for sticking it out. I appreciate him a lot. And yeah, for Tanner, got an easy game, and now you're in playoffs against Chris, who's, in your mind, your hardest matchup. So, you're coming in with momentum. Chris is not. So, yeah, definitely should be good for you. Wu versus Chase. This went kind of how I expected. Chase just, when you have no bulk on your team and there's a Houndstone, you're probably going to lose, and that's exactly what happened. He did break normal Silvally with a Choppleberry, but, you know, Air Slash didn't do enough to the Houndstone, and Houndstone just did Houndstone things, so Wu didn't make playoffs. Again, Wu, like, every season is like, he's right there about to make playoffs. Last season, all he had to do was beat Chris, got hacked out super badly, and then this season just fell just so slightly short. But Wu, this game pained me a little bit because you saw Nidoking, his name was like Retired King, and then like Tyranitar was the Fallen King. Chase has had Nidoking all 3 seasons. Wu has had Tyranitar both seasons. He was in Big Juice season 2 and 3. to see two just staple Pokemon for each coach, just with those names, very reminiscent of, just very like spoilerly of like probably not gonna have them for next season. So it's painful seeing Chase without Nidoking and Wu without the sand. Gonna be tough. It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be weird. Season 4, a lot's gonna be changing up, but yeah. Wu's even changing off the daddy name to the Saskatchewan Suicune, so a lot of change for next season. This is a fun game to watch between two of the dogs, so yeah. But just the dog, the butted dog, the free agent dog, the Houndstone, showed up big, and yeah, I think that for Chase, definitely not the way you wanted to go out, especially with how close your season, like 5-8 or 5-9 does not describe the season that Chase had. Definitely could have made playoffs if just a couple things went differently for him, but for Wu, just good way to go out. Going out with your head held high with the Houndstone and T-Tar. Probably the last time we will ever see Wu use T-Tar or Omega T-Tar, just Tyranitar in general. Probably the last time we'll see Wu with it. And also probably with Sand, because I don't see why you'd use Gigalith or Sandaconda. Like, you've already went 2 whole seasons with Sand. He's probably done for good. So for Wu, this is an end of an era for him. He's done with Sand probably forever. Probably forever. And the T-Tar being gone is definitely going to be a weird shakeup. So, yeah. End of an era for these teams, but excited to see where they got their minds looked at for next season for sure. Next game here, we got B versus Preston. Kind of how you expected this match to go. I thought Basculegion would put in a little bit more work. I thought bringing Corsola could have potentially been troll, but it was good for like everything else on his team but the Basculegion. So yeah, B just really wanted to go to playoffs, and now he's in playoffs. And yeah, I think B just great showing all around this season. It's very deserving of playoffs. And we're looking at a world where B could make semifinals, because I have a video uploading on my channel now, and you look at the matchup, it's pretty in B's favor against Josh, surprisingly. So I'm looking forward for it. The B-Man having a great season, making it to playoffs because of this win. Very excited for what B's got cooked up in the future for next season, and also to see how far he makes it this season. Very interested to see how the B-Man does. And for Preston, I mean, there's not much to say. You were like top two coach in the league for the first half, and then you traded away all your good Pokemon. I don't think Preston is staying around for next season because he has some IRL stuff that's popping up, but he decides to come back for season 5 if his schedule opens up a little bit more. Definitely interested to see where Preston goes. Also for Preston, probably never goes back to a rain team. He had, like Wu, had a rain 2 seasons in a row. Last season it was Politoed and Scizor. This season it was Pelipper with Basculegion, Scizor for the first half, then Beedrill. So for Preston, he's probably done with rain as well. Potentially weather in general, because typically when you have one weather team, you don't really want to go to another one. So, hold on. But yeah, definitely probably an end of an era for Preston. Again, if he comes back in season 5, we'll see what he goes with. But for season 4, I don't think he'll be around. IRL stuff, understandable. Yeah, I wonder who takes up the mantle of weather teams. Our two weather teams for both seasons. Wu, Preston won't have them, and Preston won't even be in the league for next season. So I believe the only other weather team we've ever had was Tanner season 1 with the Hail team, so I'll be very interested to see. Well, Tabs had weather for like the first 3 games of this season, but we're not going to count that because he traded away like his whole team as well. So yeah, I wonder who takes up the mantle of Weather. I would definitely expect a Sun team next season for sure, just because of the Paradox Pokemon, and Torkoal is always a good mon. So, yeah. Um, it'll definitely be interesting to see who picks up the Weather, if there will be Weather at all. Sun, I'm expecting a lot. Definitely an Electric Terrain team again, just Paradox Pokemon. But if you see a Rain team, another Hail team. Oh, well, Croc had Hail this season with Abomasnow, but he didn't bring it that often. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, our two Weather team coaches probably not bringing it anymore. Crazy. So, let's get on to the next one. JC versus Noah. JC just unstoppable this last stretch of the season. I mean, he really awakened, and he's back in action, just like we saw season 1 and 2. I don't know what the switch was. Probably him realizing he wasn't going to make playoffs definitely made him realize that he needs to wake the fuck up. But yeah, I'm surprised how well he won this set. But granted, like, what on Noah's team deals with Ursulin and Chiyu? Nothing. And boosting Electric Terrain for Jolteon, never a good thing. So yeah, I mean, hold on. So yeah, not a whole lot Noah probably could have done this set realistically, but Ramnez coming in on a big win, going into playoffs, going against, like I said earlier, his co-champion, the only other champion in the league in MZ. That's going to be interesting. Only one champion can move forward. And will they make it to finals again? We don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, good set from JC. And for Noah, just, he expressed he had a lot of IRL so going on this season as well. Understandable, but even so, almost made playoffs. So if this was Noah not at 100%, see Noah at 100%, probably gonna be scary for a lot of teams next season. So I'm interested to see what he's got cooking up. Yeah, that is will be it for this game. Just again, the recaps are usually pretty chill, so we'll keep it going. I believe this is the last regular game of the season. Tabs versus Josh. Heartbreaking loss for Tabs. Just granted, his matchup was not the greatest coming into this one. Choice Scarf toss just destroys his team. Didn't even bring the Rillaboom in the last game. Just the fear of Ferrothorn alone just stopped him. And yeah, I mean, this is one of the few games Fluttermane actually carried this season, which is crazy. But yeah. Just rough game from Tabs. Knocked him out of the playoff race for good. Josh, I mean, just pretty dominant season all around. Again, he had those weird games where he did pretty shit, but other than that, just pretty solid season from Josh. And for Tabs, definitely not using Lopunny ever again. He stated multiple times, even at the beginning of this season, he stated that he will probably never use a Fighting Mega again. So even for Tabs, end of an era. Had Mega Medicham for the first couple weeks last season, and then he made that trade for Mega Lopunny, went really crazy with it, but having Lopunny for 2 seasons straight, probably never using that Pokemon again after using it for 2 whole seasons, back to back especially. So yeah, end of an era for Tabs as well. Interested to see where he goes for next season. Made playoffs last season, didn't make them this season. But definitely another coach where it's like he's always in that playoff race, and you can never count him out. So just great set from Tabs and Josh. Obviously Tabs, a little bit. I mean, I say great set. Like, it's tough to say when you lose 2-0, but still just gave it your best shot. Finally brought the Fake Out Last Resort set, which is cool. Probably not the one game to bring it. Number 1, playoffs is on the line. And number 2, it's a Ferrothorn. You kind of need to break through it besides your Skelly Dirge. But still, he brought it. Got to give him respect. Finally brought after 2 whole fucking seasons. So that's gonna be it for me. I'm dying of this sickness. So yeah, I'll get it out of here. And playoffs is here. Me and Croc play tomorrow. Are you to see how that works? So yep, I'm gonna get on out of here. I need to not record videos anymore. I am sick as a dog. So yep, I'm getting out of here. I'll see y'all later.